Gute Woche, Rabbi Sei. Good morning, Rabbi Sei. A guten 3 Wochen, Rabbi Sei. Live from the Alps. Austrian, Swiss, Italian, they're all the same. Right? A few variations. Then the flights are Boira. Shkoyach. So we have Reb Shmuel here. Give me a beautiful bottle of wine and a nice email in Hebrew. Do I have to translate it now in English? Okay, I'll try to translate it. Huh? Oh, it's in English too. Wow. And Lef was here. I forgot to say hello to him. And what's your name? Moshe Goldschmidt. From? Where do you live? Toronto. But you're a Hebrew speaker. You grew up in Eretz? Palgas. Yes. He's before RBS. He's from Harnof.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. Voch Kivanti. And now I'm going to guess how much the batteries left on this thing. 32%. Really? How much did he say? 20. I better hurry up now. Okay, so we're here. It's Erev Shabbos, an hour and something before Shabbos. Motzei Shabbos here is it's from the hard ones because you only get to start the first year at 11:30, closer to 12, and then the second year is like. Okay, so anyways, we'll deal with that. Here's Shmuel Kleiner, who's here with us now, doing the daf in Appenzell. Oh, this is the place you're telling me about that I must see?
Yeah.
Appenzell, Switzerland, en route to spend Shabbos with Rebbe Eli in Austria. So I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go from Austria to Zurich. That's where my flight is. Hopefully I get to see some good stuff. So here's an email from you, Shkoyach. Shalom Aleichem, Rabbi Rebbe Eli Shlita. I would like to express my deepest HaKadosh HaTorah for the past 3 years, during which I have been zoich to learn Daf Yomi through the Rav's daily shiurim. These 3 years have been a constant source of Torah chizik, inspiration, and simcha for me. When I chose this gift, the wine expert explained that this particular bottle was aged in an oak barrel for 3 years until it reached its full maturity. Immediately I thought of 3 years that have been zoich to learn from the Rav. Here it is. Boys, I check it out. Schmack stuff. All of a sudden, everybody's coming over. Good Shabbos. Shabbos. Oh, you want a little bit of this? Okay, take, but go. Yeah. Just as fine wine. No, I'm opening up a Motzei Shabbos for $1, boys. I don't even try to come Friday night. Just as fine wine becomes richer and more refined with time, so too have been zoich over these past 3 years to grow through the Rav's Torah, the remarkable clarity of the Shurim, the consistency, and the many Kabbalah's Tovas I've taken upon myself, including Shnai Mikra, Vechot Targum, and more, all inspired by the Rav. Just as this wine required 3 years, I could see this was translated through. You wrote it in Hebrew, right?
I wrote it in Hebrew.
Because the Rav is a little. I'm not a Rav. Yeah. The Magachir. Just as the wine required 3 years to reach its fullest potential, so too these 3 years of learning from the Magachir have become a priceless gift that will continue to accompany me and enrich my life for many years to come. May Hashem grant the Magachir continued health, arichas yom, shalom, koyach, simcha, and abundance yad shmai, amen. To continue this incredible process of Torah, inspiring thousands of Yidden, bringing them closer to Torah for many years to come. Thank you for everything. May Hashem bench Magachir and his family with continued bracha, atzlach, and only simcha is. With heartfelt appreciation and deepest respect, Shmulik Kleiner, Brooklyn, New York. Good Shabbos. Yishkoyach so much, Shmulik, for coming here, and Yishkoyach for this beautiful bottle of wine. 2021, made in Italy. Shkoyach. Better be good after that whole build-up. An MDY every Shabbos in Australia. Dov Farkas, Yumi, Shlomi Rosenbaum. Shlomi started doing the daf by himself with his father every day after yeshiva and was Messiah Menachas and becoming bar mitzvah just after Pesach. So our good friend Dov Farkas goes to visit Yumi, and what does he find?
Hey Mark, how are you? Good night, Shabbos.
Mark, I came to pick up my Gemara from my friend Yumi, and I'm walking to his house, Erev Shabbos, and he's sitting with his son, sitting here with the screen open, learning the Daf Yomi, Erev Shabbos.
They heard the bell ring, they ran, they opened up the Gemara, they opened up the... Okay.
Shabbos, thank you.
Yumi, Geschmack. our ambassador in Australia, Shlomo Ben Jamie Azulai. Shlomo Azulai and friends launched an MDY junior satellite location on Shavuos B'Tammuz, Givaldik. Instead of watching Shtusim to get through the tightness, they watch Torah. So there's a lot of recommendations. When you go to these hotel programs, there's typically a guy that tells you, go here, go there. And I just like to say it the way it is. You must go here, and you must go here. These are some of the things that are not a must, but they're very good. The Alpine slide is one of the longest in the world, maybe the longest in Europe. I think 4 or 5 kilometers, goes down 500 meters. You go up on a chairlift, a very fancy enclosed chairlift, 10-person chairlift. Go up, beautiful views, mamish, gorgeous views. And then you come all the way down. Obviously, it costs money. I don't even know how much it costs. 25 euro a person, something like that. And it's geschmack. And it's very safe. Why is this safe? Unfortunately, at our Shabbaton, somebody pointed out 2 women or 2 men. There was a man. I'm getting confused. There's a guy there, There's a guy there who came without his wife because he's been dealing with his wife for months. She was in a coma. She was this. Who went on one of these and flew off, and she had to be airlifted, and she's in big SARS. Today, I don't know. This is already a year ago. Not a year ago, last Shabbaton. So I went in Utah, and I asked the guy, could I fly off this? He says, no. I said, I could go as fast as I want. Yes. I was going as fast as I went with my granddaughter on my lap, and we came around the turn, and we went flying. The thing came out. Because it's not sitting. This is super safe. I took it to its limits. I took the turns as fast as I possibly could go, and it's stuck in the track. It catches the track from underneath. It's like a real roller coaster, like in America, where it doesn't pop off the track. You know what I mean? So here's just a little bit of you're not supposed to take videos while you're going on this thing, especially if you're going fast. But certain personalities do things different. Do not learn from this guy, whoever he is. The guy with the long blue pants and black. He's married to the Magachir's wife. Okay, anyway. You get the idea. You see, there's a Gewaldica. You did it twice, no?
You should try the one that we did today, even quicker.
Another one you went to? I see you looking for these. It goes even quicker. Where's that? I'm not so, this is for my kids. Once was enough. You went on this twice, and your mom, she's living down. Hello. So this is called Rosengarten. I went there just because the name is, such a religious name. The Rosengarten, Rav Rosengarten. It's called Rosengarten Schlucht. I'm not making this up. Literally, it's the way we spell it, and that's the way it's spelled. It's a very nice place. I didn't do the whole thing because I was with some of my kids, the Magachir's wife's sons. So, no, plus we were carrying babies with us, the whole thing. So we did half. It was very nice, very nice. But I do recommend, more than this, I recommend you guys should all go to that place I went yesterday. He says there's a place close here, take the number 6 bus. But the place I went yesterday, what is it called? Fire and Sea? Super Sea. I'll tell you the names later. It's 2 lakes. You can do 1 or 2, both, but just driving through it is Le'ela. I was sitting in the Alps with the cows, with the bells, and touching the cows. They come over to you. It's moirdik. All right, what else do we have today? And then we have to go. Oh, yeah, this one. This I saw already. No, this is an Eitzah Tova to everybody. If you're waiting for your wife or anything, you're waiting for a doctor, whatever it is, open up a Gemara. Guaranteed that all doors will open immediately. All lines will finish. That's just the side. I got 1.5 minutes worth of learning. They were who knows where. I said, okay, they're not coming. I gotta prepare. As soon as I open it up, boom. Chazal Shashat. Every time I open up the Gemara, the Chazan starts. It's just the side. Try it out. You'll see it works. It's beautiful. And worse comes to worse, you get to learn a little bit. Official edition MDY Shas Masechet Zevin Yal Shulov Perek Ilan Emery Davidovici. I didn't meet her yet. She's here in the hotel. Ilan, Emery Davidovici, Leonishmas Ishaya Ben Aaron, and Yochevet Chava Itel Bas Avrom. Daf Samachay by Eli Yakubov, Refuah Shlema, Hillel Michal ben Ura Bracha. The Masechet David Solomon dedicated in memory of Avimari Reb Shmuel Baruch Berem Chaim Tzvi Dov Zichron Bracha. The Palchik found foundation in honor of MDY Latin America and their warm hospitality. Yivama Simpre Adelante. Anonymous Hatzlach Baruch Zivigashmis. And thank you to Chief Benny Shmuel and Ahuva Schuster for continuing Hatzlach and Nachas from our children. Anonymous for complete Refuah Shlema and Arichas Yom Talei Bas Esther. Yom and Daniel Rosenfeld Bris V'Simcha. Anonymous Lilishmas Yonatan Eitan Ben Mordechai Zev HaKohen Zichron Bracha. The Tzvis Lilishmas Yehonatan Eitan Ben Mordechai Zev HaKohen Zichron Bracha. Our Simon Refuah Shlema Abi Mari Baruch Ben Miriam. Weekly sponsors in Spanish here sponsors a big Refuah Shlema to our close friend Naftali Hertz Ben Chaya Pesia. The Sraus family Lilishmas Chaim Gabriel Ben Ariel Jacobson on his Ptira today. A very beloved person from Muncie, only 46 years old, a big askin, a very, very big loss to the whole Muncie mishpacha. Daily sponsors Rachel and Alex Katz. Oh, that's you guys. Wow. A very happy 10th birthday to your favorite Talmud, Azriel Katz in Yerushalayim. Happy birthday, Azriel. Get over here. Get over here. You know how to do this, right? Without tripping on this wire. It's a big. So, guys, let me tell you something real quickly. Now that I almost forgot to say this. Azriel was here in the shir till almost 2 o'clock in the morning. 10 to 2 was when the shir was over. That means he went to sleep after 2 o'clock. Okay, you have to walk to your room. He was here for Shachris bright and early at 8:30 in the morning. So, Azriel Mechayev as adults and all the people, he puts a lot of koiches to come to shir. He pushes his father to drive him from Yerushalayim. And his father is the father of the year, for sure, that he drives his kid every day, sometimes twice a day. I'm not exact, twice a day. Why does your father drive you twice in one day?
Because we could do both.
You could do both, but it's hard for him to drive, right? And he also has to drive back. That's like 4 hours of driving and plus this. Does your father work?
Sometimes.
Sometimes he works. He learns more than he works, huh? He wants you to be a big tzaddik and a big gadol. You going to do that for him?
Yeah.
Okay. Do it for yourself. Okay, great. Givaldik. Wow. Nachas. Shkoyach. Peter Merker, in memory of Evelyn Merker. Is it Rachel or Rachel?
Rachel.
Okay, we got to do it over. Rachel and Alex Katz, a very happy 10th birthday to your favorite Talmud, Ariel Katz from Yerushalayim. Peter Merker, in memory of Evelyn Merker, Chava Bas Moshe, on her 10th yard site. Anonymous sponsor, Mazel Tov Mendistak, proud son, husband, father, shver, grandfather, Tzulangi Yorin. Stefansky family, Lilishmas, my grandfather, that's my wife's grandfather, on his yard site, Aaron Ben Yaakov Zichron Levracha, my Bchor, Aaron, is named after him. I was zoicha to see him very few times, twice, 3 times maybe, and he was nifter 30 days before my wedding. So my shver was just at the shleishim at our wedding. He's a person that went through the Holocaust, and he married his cousin who also went through Auschwitz, and they had 3 sons, and one of them was my shver. Mark Ashkenazi. Lili Nishmas Rav Moshe David ben Rav Osher Anshel Ashkenazi Zechtzak Rocha was Rav of Tzfas and known as the Tolshever Rebbe on his yard side, the 18th of Tammuz. Mark, I didn't know you're a chassid. So Yichus, Rebbe Yichus, Ashkenazi, he's a real yeke, and he has a Rebbe Yichus, Givaldik. NDY Art, month, the first time of Mordechai ben Esther, the first Hayeled, Daniel Zev ben Hayeled Esther. Rabbi Sai, this is the second time it happened. I don't know what the Siman Min Hashamayim is, something about Austria, but it's basically in the same spot. I missed the same amount of lines, and we started the shir. It's just because the confusion with the English and the Hebrew. So I'm just going to read over here. You guys don't have to do it with me. Tanya, Rebbe Oimer, Daf Samach Gimel on Beis. We're just going to do a few lines and go to Samach Dalal on Beis. Tanya, Rebbe Oimer, Gol Vidu Lefnei Misha. It's a gadta. Gol Vidu Lefnei Misha Sha'omar V'Hoya Oilam. It's known to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the one who said the world should exist. There are many more non-kosher animals than kosher animals. Therefore, what it makes sense in the Torah, if you want to say a list, and you have two species, you could talk about the kosher, talk about the non-kosher. You're gonna mention the ones that are fewer, and then you know that the other ones are automatically the opposite of the ones that you mentioned. So, since there are many more non-kosher animals, that's why the Torah said, what are the kosher animals? There are only 10. The rest of the species, 6,800 species of animals, are tamei. But when it comes to birds, there's 11,000 species. And they're all tar, besides 24. That's why the Torah only spoke about 24. Micah Mashman, what's the big chiddush over here? Mamish like me. That's why I skipped this Gemara to begin with. Because I was trying to be mekatzer, the daf. But I got caught. This is the punishment. HaKadosh Baruch Hu punished me. In Chicago, I don't want to say this, but I look around, I see the guys on their phone texting. There's no texting back then. I don't know what they had. They had like flip phone. Kids, I would see that they're spacing out. They're not with me. So I'll just try to sit out. So I'd skip 5-10 lines. Still not space. Another 5. Kids like this, I would finish dapping. So because of that, because Baruch Hu punished me, I had to go back. I can't do it anymore because it's somewhere. Even though you guys, I worked with you guys, I forgot. There are other people watching, and they caught on. So something I can say, listen, I said it in live. It's just cut out by mistake, But that was the beginning of the shir. They know the beginning of the shir. Yeah. So you should always teach your talmidim in a short, concise way, and that's why you say 24. And you don't go through a list of 11,000. Rabbi Isai, we're holding on Daf Samachei Omer Aleph. Beautiful. We did a few more lines yesterday, so we could start from Samachei Omer Aleph. Aval Amru Chachamim Kol Loif. So let's just jump into the Mishnah real quickly. Very good stuff. It's all about grasshoppers today and a little bit about birds. We're going to finish up the sugya of birds. Here's the Mishnah. Any bird that attacks doiris, but what it means. Have a good Shabbos. I'll see you Be'ez Hashem later. Shkoyach. Do you want to air it out for us? No, I'm saying. So, the simanim in the Mishnah, a bird who does drisa. So what's drisa? So we saw Rashi has 2 pshatim. One is like this, that he grabs the food with his mouth. Another one is that he steps on it like this. And I have my own video that I found today while I was searching for the video of the seagulls. Here's a geschmacka picture I took once in our property in Miami. Here he is standing on the fish. And there's another one that's taken from it's the same spot really. Oh wait, I wonder if it's the same boat. No, it's a different boat in the background. If you look closely, he's gonna eat from it now. Standing on that fish. Okay. So that, according to one pshat and Rashi, that's doiris. And that automatically is a siman of treif. If you could do that. Now, what's a siman of kosher, says the Mishnah? Kosher shlei etzbei seira. It has an extra finger, we're going to see. V'zepek, v'kukravani niklaf, tar. Let's look real quickly. It's not in order, of course. Here. Zepek is that first thing. We don't need to see that. We have better pictures than that. Or niklaf is that yellow. I showed you the video of the gizzard, how there's a bunch of stones in it. Great. Here's a great picture of the parrot eating with his hand. That's doiris according to one pshat and Rashi. Here's the extra finger, 3 fingers on one side, one on the back side of the branch. That's a kosher animal. That's Viseira, Rashi, Tosfos. Great. Doiris according to Tosfos. That's basically what I showed you from Miami. Okay. So, says the Gemara, if he does the drisa, it's 100% guaranteed that he's tamei. Even though one siman of tahar is enough to consider him a tahar, but if he does something called drisa, it overrides all simanim, and he is tamei. If he has extra finger, then we automatically know that he's tar. You do a wire test. You take him like this. You put him on a wire. First of all, here's a parrot eating with his hand, but here's a wire test. Not the best way, but the point is, you see that if his two fingers go on one side and two on the other side, then he is treif. So parrots are treif. Im chaylik is ragel shtayim lekan tamei. Two on each side, he's tamei. Shalish lekan v'achas lekan. But if he doesn't like a chicken, 3 and 1, then it is 3 and 1 tar. Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar if he could catch food with his mouth in midair, tamei. Bunch of geschmacke videos. Here's seagulls. I had a video. This is what I was searching. I wasted a lot of time this morning looking for it. It's real. It's not AI. It's real. I saw the whole video. You can see the guy. You see his hand. It's slow motion. See the birds missing. He's on a bridge. He's standing on a bridge. Here's another type of bird. This is raven. Raven also. Okay, and then we have this geschmacke video, not really catching in midair, but he does something else in midair, which is fascinating. This is an eagle. It's a beautiful bird. Boom. Catches a fish. But here's the interesting part. He eats it mid-flight. Takes a little snack. Crazy. That's it. That's aerodynamic. See that point? It's just, Givaldik. So any bird that could do that in mid-air is treif. Yeah. As the Gemara, Tziparta Nami Miklat Kolta, there's a kosher bird called Tziparta, which could also catch food in mid-air. You have to catch it like the seagull, but also eat it. The problem is that kosher birds, maybe they could catch, but they can't eat it. And here's the video to prove it.
Tomorrow, an important rabbi is coming, and you are going to be the first course. Have a good day!
Please, don't let them eat me. I want to join your non-kosher birds club. I don't want to be eaten.
Come, we will test you.
It's simple. I kick the ball in the air, and you have to catch it in the air.
So now I'm not kosher?
Almost. You also need to swallow the ball while you're in the air.
Kosher bird can't catch it and swallow. Okay? Says Gemara, I have you side. If a bird lives with other tamei birds, then you should know he's tamei. If he lives with kosher birds, he's tar. Kiman, Kerbelezer, the famous Rebelezer, the sign Rebelezer Oimer. All Israelis know this line. The Zarzer didn't go to hang out with the raven for no reason. The point is that they're one and the same. That what? When a person hangs out with somebody who's no good, then you could tell what kind of person he is. And sometimes, I'm saying that sometimes it happens that you do a cheshbon and nefesh, and you realize, wait a minute, I've been friends with these people, but they're not even good people. They were good for when I was younger, when I was a teenager, and I was into, I don't know what. These people were my friends. It doesn't mean that they still have to be your friends. The Oirev and the Zarzer. Zarzer, he is a min Oirev because he hangs out with the Oirev. And if you hang out with a kosher bird, you are kosher. The Maisa, I just have to change the Maisa because I said it just recently, so change it. That a guy was asked, why do you go to the Daf Yomi shir and you fall asleep every single time? What's the point of going? So he says, because he's once on a train, and all of a sudden a bunch of cops stormed the train, and they arrested everybody in the section, including him. And it took him a long time to explain to the cops that he's not part of that group. He said, no, you're sitting with them. You're in the same, right there. No, I don't know them. I never met them. I don't know what you're talking about. No, you're part of the whole investigation. And he said, listen, if they were able to arrest me and drive and turn my whole life upside down because I was sitting in that chabura, so if I come to Daf Yomi and I fall asleep, the Kodesh Baruch Hu is going to say, okay, you're part of the chabura, even though you say, okay, I'm not encouraging it. And those who fall asleep in my shir learn the hard way is not a good idea. I used to brag that nobody ever falls asleep in my shir. And those people, they start getting older. Guys that never fell asleep. Today, we just had a guy snore out loud. As I was like, hey, hello, you're on video. But it's better than doing other shtosim, and you're in a makam of Torah, and in the chabur of Torah, and friends of Torah. Says Gemara, Afilu Teim Rabbanon, even the Rabbanon that argue on Rebbe Eliezer, Shochem v'nidme kamrinon. We're talking about the Zarzir who is similar in the way he looks. That's why he's considered like them. Not just though because he hangs out with them. Hanging out is not enough. You have to actually look. The Mara has to be the same. All right, so now we're switching over to a new sugya. If you recall, in the same Mishnah of the birds, we had also about the grasshopper. Grasshoppers, some of them are kosher, not all. The Simonimar, it has to have 4 feet, and 4 wings. The interesting thing, I don't know of other animals besides, we'll see later on, the cricket. It has jumpers, 2 jumpers. It causes him to take off, just launches him. They're not feet. He doesn't walk with them. If he needs to get from place A to place, like kfitzas haderech, literally, boop, like a spring, 2 springs. And his wings cover most of his body. And Rabbi Yossi says his name has to be Chagov. Okay, so here's some pictures. Here we go. So we have 4 feet in the front. We have 4 wings, which reminded me of a dragonfly that has 4 feet and 4 wings. And I saw or read, I don't remember anymore, like the beauty of the dragonfly. It's an insect that I always hated until I learned a little bit about him. He's like very scary. You go like, especially if you go like on a lake or something, you know, you're a kid in camp and all of a sudden they fly really fast. And you think they're going to sting you, but they don't. I don't think they ever have anything to do with people. But what's cool about them, from the only insects maybe that can fly backwards, up, down, they're very, very cool in the way they fly. And also they have a certain intelligence. I forgot what it was. So this grasshopper has 4 wings. Great. Now we have to show you a video, the famous video of Chaim Kanievsky. We don't have. First, I want to show you a Yemenite guy eating a grasshopper today. Huh? This is Sadia, yeah. It's Shazbi, Shabazi.
Why? Time?
Oh, Yoshi, it's Friday. You forgot to remove the Achilas Chagim Kosher. Looks taimod, yeah. Wow. What does it say this? Syrup what? Oh, he puts it with a little sugar. Little sweetness. Okay. Then you have Reb Chaim Kanevsky. We enhanced it a little bit, the video. The color is much better. Yeah, we need subtitles.
זה בעצם הרוחב של הסידוק של הסידוק של הזה. עכשיו פה יש לו 4.
This is the cut of the this.
כתוב שיש לו 4 כנפיים שחופה את כל הגוף שלו.
For wings that cover most of his body.
עכשיו לתימנים יש להם סימן. יש להם סימן שרואים פה
it has a ches. It says, yeah, I saw it in the poskim, they bring it. Will this wake me up? Maybe not. Yeah, this one, maybe this.
פה בפנים יש פה צורה של חטא.
הם מביאים את זה הסימן הפוסקים, שיש פה חטא על גביהם.
Oh, and now he asks the famous question, is it true that a grasshopper landed on your Gemara when you were learning about grasshoppers? It says yes. So he says, if you want to rely on somebody else's Messiah, like Yemen Messiah, you might be able to rely on it. Turkey, nobody has, not everybody, we're soymach on other people's things. Yeah, it's machlokes. Nachon, it's true. Grasshopper came to my table. He came, so I should check him out. Did you lift him up? No, I looked. Okay. Very good. So, and so we said the four simonim, the reglayim, kartzulayim, knofayim, roiv, my ruboy. What does it mean? Most. Most of the length of its body. It should go around his whole body. So he asked in the Hebrew shir, does anybody remember what this is similar to? So you have a guy here in a wheelchair. He came flying. He came in, maybe not 100% because of the shir, but a big part because of the shir. He was shot 5 times by I don't want to say it, by a terrorist at the Kaisel. He was only married for a year. What's his name? Himmer Green. He's here. You'll see him on Shabbos. Just got married. He's B'Shana Rishayana and gets shot. And he's paralyzed from his waist down. Baruch Hashem, he had a kid. He came with his kid here to the hotel. It's just, it's unbelievable to see a guy that, to get here, to get the Shacharis is a whole, to cross from the hotel to this building. So there's it's like, whatever, you'll see the cement is like, he has to go backward. We take it for granted. We just walk right across. Anyway, he came here, and what was he saying? I forgot what I was in the middle of saying. He said the answer. Correct. The question is, what does this Rav Papa remind you of? And he said, the sugya, very good, nice. He said, and I heard he gives shiurim or something. He gives, no, somebody's told me. So he said it reminds him of the sugya that we just had recently, where you check from on a cow, on the head of the cow, it says the gulgoilas from the eyes up. Is it roiv from the eyes or around the entire head? And Rav Papa says, let's do both, something like that. So the truth is that, and I just mentioned this recently, that they say a vart. Why do we say Rav Papa's 10 sons in the siyum every time we finish a Masechta? Rami bar Papa, Nachman bar Papa, Choy bar Papa, Sucher bar Papa, all the sons. Because 10 times in Shas, which is not so accurate, but Berach 10 times in Shas, where Rav Papa makes shalom, he makes peace. He says, Hilkach binon tarti, you need both. And over here again, who is it? It's Rav Papa. Hilkach, binon, you need both. Roy varka, you've been in Roy vekefah. Let's make a compromise. Everybody's right. So because he said everybody's right, Mamish, this is what I tell my wife all the time. You're right. We're both right. I've never said it once in my life. It's a nice feeling. We're both right. He's like a baby that doesn't have any teeth, and then eventually the teeth are going to grow in. So is he a good grasshopper? He doesn't have these jumpers. He's a good grasshopper. Why? Check this out. I think this is fascinating. It says in the Torah, Asher loy kiraim. If you look in the word, loy means no. He does not have the kiraim. But in fact, we don't read it with an aleph. We read it with a vav. Loy means he has. It's the exact opposite meaning. So what's pshat? It says it with an aleph, but we read it, so it doesn't make sense loy, that he doesn't have. So write with a vav. And the answer is beautiful. Because he really doesn't have. He doesn't have today. But loy in him, selikt crime. He has the ability, and one day when he gets older, it's like teeth. You look at a baby, he says, loy teeth. He doesn't have teeth. But loy teeth, with a vav, he does have teeth. They're in his gums. They're going to come out in 6-7 months. He will have. So it's actually with a vav, not with the aleph. It's beautiful. He's motor. That's the name of the grasshopper. Okay, so we're doing a sugya that's everybody's favorite. Here, 2 psukim. If we read the first pasuk, it says, you're not allowed to eat shrotzim. You're not allowed to eat a snake. You're not allowed to eat a mouse. But there is a sheretz you're allowed to eat, and that's the grasshopper. And it says, he goes al arba, he has 4 feet. Asher loy kra'ayim imal raglov. He has these jumpers. L'nater b'hem al aretz. So it says you're allowed to eat every grasshopper in the world. There's 11,000 types of grasshoppers. You could eat them all. And then all of a sudden, Pasuk Chav Beis comes along and says, no, stop. What I meant to say is this: Elamem toichelu esa arba. You only could eat 4. Arba, salam, chargol, chagav. We're going to talk about all these 4 because each one has something that the other one doesn't have. Chagav has nothing special, but the arba, salam, chargol. And if you notice, I put in green because green on top means everything is free, everything is good. And then the word leminoi comes to add something. Leminoi, look at this. The first one is leminoi, the next 3 are lemineu. And the Gemara is going to say those exact words. Leminoi, lemineu, lemineu, lemineu comes to add another species of grasshopper. So, just to understand what we're talking about, there's a grasshopper that has a good set of hair. Is that how you say it? A good head of hair, like Alex. And there's a grasshopper that has a karachas. He's bald. There's a grasshopper that has a long head. That's a roishoy aruch. There's a grasshopper, most don't. It's weird. I'm going to show you a picture of a long-headed grasshopper. And then you have a grasshopper that has a tail. It's not the tail in the sense that we know, like a wagging dog tail, that of a horse, or a cow who are in the Alps. More of like a pipe to lay eggs or something, but it sticks out from the back of the grasshopper. So these are the 3 characteristics that we're going to be discussing and seeing if it's important that they have, don't have. Okay, so says the Gemara. I say mehem toichelu. You should eat all these. Esa arba, and it goes on to talk about the arba. That's the first one, right here. Arba. Arba, you should know zeh gavai. He doesn't have a karachas. In other words, he has here a good set of hair. Salam zeh roshan. Oh, this one he's a bald one. So Yoshi just did this. I told him this is my idea, so he did it. It's not the best, but just to see a grasshopper with hair. And a grasshopper without hair. I like Avi Kamyansky better. It's much, much better. If I was a grasshopper, What's the Maisa with guy said when he made a deal with his father that after his father's nifter, he should come to him in a dream. So he says, "No, what's going on?" He says, "Oh, I'm here in the Alps." He says, "No, how's it? What do you eat?" He says, "It's there's so much to eat here. It's crazy." He says, "And the views are." And then it turns out that he's really a cow in the Alps. He's reincarnated as a cow. He's like so excited. He has a great view. He's eating, but you're a cow. You're garnished. Remember I said this? Okay. It's better to be a cow in the Alps than a grasshopper in Egypt. So Zok the Gemara. Chargol Zanipol. This is one that has a tail. Here's a tail. It could be Yoshi made it up. It's just maybe not. We'll have to ask him. Find out if he made this one up. But it's based on pictures in the Sfarim that of a tail. It's not a real, wagging tail. It's just a pipe. Chagav. Oh, so this is interesting. Chagav. That's his name is. That's his name. Grasshopper. Grasshopper is grasshopper. Ze Gideon. Ma tamalemer liminoi limineu arbam. As you saw in the pasuk, it says liminoi 4 times. Lahavi tziparis kromim v'yochana Yerushalmis. They have a baldness, a karachat. V'artzuvia v'arazbanis. They have tails. Okay, so the extra words are to tell us these extra grasshoppers. The Gemara in Shabbos Daf Tzadik, you could check it out. I looked it up. It says that if you eat a half a tziparis kromim, now somebody just showed me it's the name of a bird, but we're talking about a grasshopper. You eat a half a tziparis kromim, then you could learn as much information as you want, and you'll retain it, provided that you eat the other half. You have to sandwich it, and if you don't, then you'll forget a whole lot. So somebody in Shir asked me, so you should find it, and you'll remember a lot more. But it's dangerous if you don't eat the other half, and I'll forget to eat the other half. That's the problem. A forgetful person forgets. The Berry Shmuel, what was it that I forgot? Yeah. So I'm at this place. It didn't happen it just happened at one place. We come in I said I need walking sticks because I saw that it says that it could take away 25-30% of the strain on your knees, and I have a bad knee. So we're doing all these walks, these hikes. We're doing 15,000 steps some days. After my friends left, I'm only doing 4,000, 5,000. It's garnished. But 15,000 step days. Not if you're doing the Alpine slide. Don't worry about it. So I got the walking sticks. Then Avi and his wife got the walking sticks. Then we come to a place. He said, no walking sticks here. It's like one of these gorges. You wear a helmet, the whole thing. So we put it on the side. And then a guy comes over and he says, did you by any chance leave your, what is this called? Your gimbal and your microphones? And I said, oh, yeah, okay, fine. So it was embarrassing. And then I leave, and then I get to the hotel, and I say, Avi, where's your walking stick? We put it in the corner where they told us to put it. It's still there. So, talking about forgetful. Like, at first I forgot my gimbal and my microphone on a bench. Then I forgot my walking sticks. It happens. Okay. So says the Gemara, no, I was not busy learning then. No excuses. Fine. So this, if anybody wants to remember a lot of Torah, eat a half a tziparis kromim if you have the Messiah. The very small Tana, elu kloli klolis ve'elu prati pratis. So to remind the Olam, very very simple, especially if you've done MDY for a while. If not, it's also simple. The Torah says that first pasuk that I mentioned, you could eat all grasshoppers, the yellows, the blues, the colorful, whatever, all the 11,000 species. That's a klal. That's a generalization. But immediately afterwards, the Torah says, no, let's be specific. Out of the 11,000, only 4. Arbe, Solim, Chargol, and Chagov. If you look closely, they have special characteristics. This guy is a long-headed guy. This guy right over here, what does he have special? Has a tail. This guy is bald. You know what I'm saying? So each one has something. And this Chagov dude, has nothing. Nothing. This is what a Temani eats. He doesn't have a tail. He doesn't have a long head. He doesn't have a bald head. He has garnished. Okay. just to be clear, this is the long-headed guy. I like this picture a lot. I think Yoshi might have made it up, but I'm sure you can find one, something similar. Okay. So Nachamo, those of you that say korbanos, you say klal u'prat u'klal. So what does it mean? Klal is a generalization. Torah says you could eat them all, but then the Torah says no, you can't eat them all. You can only eat these. So it's a klal and prat. If the Torah would have stopped right there, it would have been a big problem. Then you could only eat those four. But if the Torah continues and makes a sandwich, a klal in the beginning, a klal at the end, and the prat in the middle, then we are limiting the klal, but it's similar to the prat. So we're not limiting it completely. We're not adding just one. We could add a lot, but they have to be within the characteristics of the four that we allow. That's it. That's the whole thing. So what do we get from that? It's not going to help us much because we're not very familiar with these creatures anyway. A bunch of names. So says the Gemara, Arba is a gavai. The word Arba, it's a gavai, it doesn't have a bald head. Salam is a Russian. The Salam does have a bald head. Chargal is an nipple. So what's special about Arba? Arba has he has a full head of hair. The Chargal has a tail. Zenipul. Chagav is a Gideon. Chagan is the name. Oh no, so I'm already holding on the bottom. Sorry. Tana the Rabbi Shmuel. Tana. Elu kloli is very brothers. We have the klal part of the klal. We have the pasuk, the first pasuk Chav Aleph. That tells us the klal. General rule here. This you're allowed to eat them all. Then we have the prat. Here we go. We're limited to these four, but then we open it up again with another generalization. I'm sorry. It opens it up to similar ones. The what? Arba is a gavoy, we said. Crumb. It doesn't have a bald head. So very simple, means I only know that which comes in front of me with all four good simanim. What are the four simanim? The normal simanim, and that's what we're going to stick with. 4 legs, 4 wings, 2 jumpers, called karsulaim, and it has wings that are chayfer roiv guf. They cover his body. So only abo, and he doesn't have a bald head. If he has a bald head, how do you know that also? How do you know? Zenipul, and a nipul has a bald head. It's funny. Limineu, lavis haushkaf. Vainly elabo, vainly gabachas. Okay, so now once again, we're going to do the same thing over and over. Now he comes to me with all 4 simanim, but he doesn't have a bald head. That's okay. But he comes and he has a bald head. But Habav vainly zonov, and also we know about the guy that doesn't have a tail. That's great. But what about Habav yeshle zonov minayin? What if he comes with a tail? Are you allowed to eat it? Yes. Tamaloymar chargol. And you should know, chargol is a Russian. And what does a Russian have? Obviously, a Russian has a tail. And you're allowed to eat it. They have tails. So they're similar to the chargol. The chargol has a tail. So Melo Limineu adds to the chargol and says, you know what, not just the chargol that has a tail, but there's 2 other guys that have tails and you can eat them as well. Let's do the sponsors. Turn on the Daf by Dar Global, official non-corporate sponsor of the MDY League. Encore Healthcare is a chuz for all of Klal Yisrael. This guy, Sadi Shabazz.
בבקשה מסיע, בינת השף שלנו קשרה למנת הלין.
אל תעמיד לו, אל תאכל אותי, אני לא כשר.
באמת? בואו נראה, 4 רגליים, יש. 2 קרסוליים, יש. כנוף וחופין את רובו, יש. אתה כשר ואחד כשר.
חכה, לא קוראים לי הגר.
איפה קוראים אותך?
סעדיה שבזי.
שם מלא.
סעדיה הגר שבזי.
ניסיון יפה.
So I want to point something out so you don't make a mistake. If you're ever to eat a grasshopper, you're not allowed to eat him whole. There's a problem with eating him whole. Alive. Not whole. Live. Thank you. Even as real. This is stam for if we're talking about grasshoppers, they could wreak havoc, as we know in Mitzrayim. And just recently in some countries they had this, no? Some billions of them. I was once in Chicago, they had a cicada. When the thousands of them come out, it's very, can't go outside. Where are we? Vainly what? Vainly. If he has a tail, that one? What if his head is not long? Sorry. So a normal grasshopper's head is not long. How do you know a guy shows up with a long head? How do you know you're allowed to eat him? Amris. You can learn from all three of the grasshoppers. All grasshoppers are not like the chargol. The chargol is special. What's special about the chargol? It has a tail. What's special about the arba? It doesn't have a bald head. And those two are not like the salam. But what's the common denominator outside the Shoshabim? He has the four regular simanim, 4 feet, 4 legs, 4 wings, 2 jumpers, and his wings wrap around his body. So even though his head is a long head, he is kosher. Ask the Gemara a bomb question, and I didn't realize this until mamish before, a little bit before the Hebrew shir. I did a quick search for a picture on a cricket, and this cricket reminds you almost identical to a grasshopper. What's the difference? He has 4 feet, has 2 jumpers in the back. He even has a little bit of a tail going on there. He's mamish a chagov. And he has 4 wings, that I guess he has 4 wings, because the Gemara says so, and they wrap around his body. You don't see them. I had the privilege of having some of these guys in my house. They're not hard to catch, but when they get into your house, they go behind furniture or something, they make a cricket. They make mamish a noirvayim, especially if you're sensitive to sounds and you're trying to learn. And mamish all day long. So, or all night long. Says Gemara, mechtes is not a cricket. Well, it's hard to say. He has all the simanim of a grasshopper. Maybe she be mutar. No, he has to have a name. He has to be from the family of grasshoppers. What if his name is grasshopper? People tell you he's a grasshopper species, but he doesn't have the 4 feet, the 4 wings, and all that. So that's the final milimineu. Actually, a boy calls him. We learn from the mineu until he has all the simanim. Listen, there's a limit. He says, but he prepares and he does and that. But up until 5 minutes before Shabbos, that's it. How can you prove anything? Those guys, they don't have a long head. You know what? They have all the 4 simanim, so just you could eat it and you don't ask any questions. But the chargol also has all those simanim, so it shouldn't even be mentioned in the Torah. It takes him Arba Salam, and you can learn it out from the 2 other ones. Just like the 2 Arba Salam you could eat, so too the chargol. So what if it has a long head? So says the Gemara. Those two, 1 minute, time out. The Chargel has a tail, not a long head. Chargel has a tail. You know what? You can't learn Chargel from them because they don't have tails and a Chargel does. They don't have a long head. At the end of the day, the word Salam is extra. The name Salam is extra. So the Torah shouldn't say Salam, but and you should learn it out from those two. The my parachas, because why not? Because you're going to ask a question. The Arba, by the way, doesn't have anything. So he doesn't have a bald head. So that's not a good question because you see, he could eat a chargel and he does have a bald head. But a chargel some special has a tail. But once again, we pull in the Arba and he doesn't have a tail. Salam the Kazer Rahman Alamali can learn the Salam from those two. And from here I learn the long-headed grasshopper boisai. Have a wonderful Shabbos. Yishkach for sticking it out all the way till Shabbos. See you, Motzi Shabbos. Yeshur Koyah.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDaf.com.